Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there was a story that was running yesterday in the newspaper that President William Samoei Ruto has finally recalled the staff who were working for the late President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, second President of the Republic of Kenya. And according to that story, they were alleging that immediately when Ruto was inaugurated, that was one of the first things he did. You recall the staff and redeploy them. So that confirms that there's nothing remaining at Moi's home as of now, because once you retire, there are a number of vehicles they will give you. I think there are around 6. And those vehicles, they are always replaced after every 2 years. You are being given a number of staff to work for you, and of course, you also have security at your disposal. So after that story, the State House has come out clear to condemn the Daily, and again they are asking for apology for publishing that story, and they are claiming that the recall of staff and the withdrawal of those salary and all those other benefits that Moi was having was recalled immediately when Moi died. That's the time they recalled. And there's a letter they have released. I want us to go through it. And then we'll also give our views. Why are they so much angry on what was published? But just a quick request, if you have not yet subscribed, please just consider to subscribe and then give this video a thumbs up. This is the letter. Let us go through it. Statement. Reckless publication of malicious falsehood by the Daily Nation. That's, now they are condemning Daily Nation. My attention is drawn to a story published on the front page of the Daily Nation on Friday, 14th October 2022, headed "Ruto recalls Moi's cars and staff." I wish to state that the story is malicious and misleading. The benefits of a retired president are clearly stipulated out in the Presidential Benefit Act 2003, with Section 5 specifically stating that pension and other benefits of the retired president, which include cars and staff, are to be enjoyed only during his lifetime. They cease from the day of his demise. Hence, pension and other benefits entitled to former President His Excellency Daniel Arap Moi ceased on 4th February 2020 in compliance with the provision of the Presidential Retirement Benefits Act 2003. So anasema from the day he died, that's the time those benefits and other privileges ceased. The recalling of cars and staff in accordance with the applicable law took place before His Excellency Honorable William Samoei Ruto, PhD, CGH, assumed office. We therefore take great exception to the story and demand an apology and a retraction of the same. Imeandikwa na nani? Kinuthia Mbugua, MGH, CBS, Comptroller of State House, dated 14th October 2022. So Kinuthia ameambiwa aandike statement. So according to this story, it is not William Samoei Ruto who recalled the staff and sees the benefit that Moi family was enjoying. According to the story, is that this thing was done by President Uhuru Kenyatta, the immediately retired president. But you can also learn that there are some politics also playing here. Because now you see how they come with this settlement. It's like they don't want to put Ruto in a situation like he's trying to fight the Moi family. Because you know, once we start fighting family like the one for Moi, you are simply creating sympathy for Gideon Moi, the son to President Moi, the late president. So Ruto does not want something like that one to maybe take place or come into existence, because he's one man who has benefited a lot from sympathy. Anywhere he see a chance for sympathy, Ruto was going for that. And that is what has built William Ruto. So you don't want any situation that Gideon Moi can find himself in a situation of getting sympathy, number one, from Kalenjins, who will see William Ruto as an ungrateful man and a man who have no sympathy or respect for Moi family, a family that built him politically. But I can tell you here, in my own view, and according to what I see, I believe that yes, this is the law. But I don't believe if Uhuru Kenyatta had recalled these staffs. I don't believe if really Uhuru had seized the benefit from Moi family. I don't think so. I believe Gideon Moi and the family have been enjoying even security because of the good friendship and relation they had with the Uhuru Kenyatta. That could be the truth. But then it's just allegation. I'm not saying it's sure. Because then, why is it just emerging at this time? And why in the state I was forced to write such statement? Once you see someone defending himself, then just know there is something he's trying to hide from the public. Because even there are still allegations that the first president of the Republic of Kenya, the late Kenyatta, bado mshahara iko. Mama anapata mshahara. Those are allegations. Hasa kama huyo bado anapata mshahara, basi mbona ya Moi katike? Those were the questions. We understand these things should be recalled, even the staff, after the demise. But then no one is following that law, because even as of now, I'm not sure if Kibaki security and all those privileges have been recalled. I'm not sure. There could be a possibility the family is still enjoying the security and those benefits, maybe they're still going there. Because if Kenyatta family, according to allegation, that they still have those privileges, then how do you cut off the Moi family? That means you are trying to revenge. So William Ruto does not want to find himself in a situation where Kenyans will view him as a president who is so bitter and revengeful. That's the point. But seemingly, if really he's the one doing that, then it will show that he's actually trying to revenge because of the differences they've had with the Gideon Moi. For those who remember, they were not seeing eye to eye. They could not greet each other. He tried several times to visit Mzee Moi, but Gideon used every means possible to block him. To an extent, even when he visited there, walikuwa anamwambia mzee ako kwa matibabu, so he couldn't visit that home. So that difference is still standing there. And remember, even Kibaki tried so much to defend Moi when Moi left office. For those who remember, Moi was operating from the official residence of the vice president, huo wakati hatukuwa na deputy president. Alikuwa amename Kabarak Garden. That's where he was operating from, not State House, most of the time. And that's where he was living. So when he handed over power, those who took over, wale ministers, Akina Kireto Murungi and the team, they were in the process of recovering that property. But Kibaki called them and he issued an statement refraining them from proceeding with the process to recover that property. And now he instructed them to facilitate Moi with the title deed of that property. So despite all these things, even Kibaki found it better to at least just honor Moi with that one. And I know from there, we had a constitution, we had an act which was now provided an opportunity for the living president. Once they are leaving office, the state will build a house for you. Wanakupea shamba na nyumba. Kibaki alijengewa, sijui kama Uhuru amejengewa, kama anajengewa Suna atajengewa. Ruto akitoka atajengewa. So there are those privileges. But what we are saying is that if we are recalling, then recall all of them. Wale wa Kenyatta rudisha. Wale wa Kibaki rudisha. Wale wa Moi rudisha. Abaki tu Uhuru. Sababu yeye ndio yuko hai kwa sasa. But then if you are going for one individual and leaving the rest, then it means you are selective in your actualization of the law. It means you are doing it selectively. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my view. Otherwise, let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you. See you in our next video.